Testing 1 2, 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 testing 1 2. All right, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. PICK-3 of the Glands. Happy. What did I say? Today is Wednesday. Oh man, time flies when you're having fun. Time flies when you're having fun. Welcome to PICK-3 of the Glands. All right, family and first-time viewers. Let me put the right date and stuff up here. Get myself organized a little bit. Today is what, the 17th? June. Let me use this one here. Today the 17th, I think, yeah. Put my date up here right. Today the 17th, is that right? Let me check. Let me check the watch. My watch is off. Today, Wednesday, yeah. The 18th. Day the 18th. Day the 18th, right? Day the 18th. 18. All right. Okay. Let me. See, like, as soon as I go live, these kids get louder. Hold on a minute. Let them know I'm live. Mike, turn that down some. I'm live. Shut your door. Turn it down. I'm live. Okay. Now, here we go. PICK-3 of the Glands with a home of no grids, no root sums, no tic-tac-toe, no date sums, no multiple different rundowns and workouts to learn for you to win big. For the simple fact, with PICK-3 of the Glands, I put together 4 simple but powerful strategies to help you get in the winner's circle, where you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And you always know why you're playing your numbers, because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and knowing what's going on with them. You're tracking the actual PICK-3 number, you're tracking the front pair, back pair, and single digits, and what position the single digits fall in. So you always can build a strategy and a skill set off the actual numbers in your state without guessing what's going on with them. I found out the 30 years of tracking the numbers with my system that they don't tell you anything about what's going on with those 1,000 numbers that's in your state. And the reason they can't, because the numbers are random. There's no rhyme or reason to why these numbers will be coming out. And as you tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and knowing what's going on with them, so you can build a skill set and a strategy to winning, you playing a loser's game. It's just like playing cards. I don't care what you play in cards. If you don't know what cards have been played, how you know what cards to play to win? And that's what this principle is based off of. You have to know what cards are being played to know how to win the game. And you can't be looking for patterns and flipping, and to me, flipping numbers and mirror numbers. That's where I was 30 years ago, using those methods. And I realized that I was an avid bid whiz player. If anybody know about bid whiz, it just didn't make sense for me to be playing numbers and not knowing what the numbers were doing. How was I going to win the game? I can't win the game. if I don't know what cards are played, so I know what cards to keep and what cards to throw away. So that's a basic principle. I use PICK-3. That's the only one I specialize in because it's trackable, teachable, and doable. I don't have to guess with PICK-3. I can track those 1,000 numbers. I don't do PICK-4s. I don't do PICK-5s. There's no way you're going to track with PICK-4s 10,000 numbers, PICK-5 1,000 numbers. The basic principle for PICK-3 at a glance, you can do it all on paper, and you can study it and build a strategy and a skill set. And all you have to do is get a year's worth of data, 6 months to a year's worth of data, using the workout sheets. And after you do that, everything else is downhill. Everything is just study tracking the numbers. You got 1,000 numbers, you got 365 days in a year. All you're going to get are those 1,000 numbers every year is 365. So if you got 635 of those numbers you have no idea what's going on with, how can you be a bigger and better winner? You just can't. And PICK-3 at a glance is for heavy hitters. Okay? It's for the people that's willing to do the work. I don't put up numbers. I don't give numbers. I don't do any of that. I show you how to use the system. I coach you along. I have the workout sheets for you to use. I have I do personal counseling, and like I say, I can mostly explain everything to anybody in less than an hour or less if you playing. But it's going to take OPPB, like I say, it's going to take you being organized, being patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, and play responsibly. Okay, that's what it takes. It takes being patient. Um, and that's what this is based off of. And I think the title of this is the 500 came in Illinois evening draw, and I won it. But I have been telling everybody in Illinois my two numbers that it was my everyday carry was going to be the 055 and the 500 because I know that they didn't fall last year. And I know for uh, working with the law average, it takes 3 years for those 1,000 numbers to rotate out. You don't have to go back and track 3 years, but you have to be aware that the numbers rotate from year to year, and you have to know what they are to rotate with them to win. The 500 and the 055, they the opposite numbers of each other, had not played at all last year. So I know it's a 50-50 chance of one or the other, if not both, would come out this year in 2025. So they were my everyday carries. I hit the 055. When the 055 came in, I was pretty assured that the 500 wasn't too far behind working with the law average for last year. Because also I knew that the 50 on the front, by tracking the actual numbers for Illinois' evening draw, hadn't failed all year 2024. And I knew that the 50 on the back hadn't failed all year for 2024. So those was going to be my daily carries. Like I said, when those numbers come in, those more monetary running to the bank numbers. But I ain't going to tell you what bank. That's it. But I'm calling the numbers for Illinois. I play in Illinois, and I win in Illinois. And people want to say, well, what do I think about other people's strategy? I just tell them, proof is in the pudding. I'm telling the numbers to play, and they're coming in Illinois. And the work that is involved is not me looking for the numbers to try to win. It's teaching the people that's playing the numbers to know how to look for the numbers and how to win in their state, midday and evening. Midday numbers is different from evening numbers. Evening numbers are different from midday numbers. Midday numbers don't bring evening numbers. Evening numbers don't bring midday numbers. Raining days don't bring these numbers. Numbers don't follow numbers. Numbers don't travel from state to state. All that looks like it does that stuff. If you don't know by tracking the actual numbers to see what they're doing, you have no idea what's going on with these numbers. Period. And the only thing you're going to have is working with the law average. I don't care what system they use other than using AI to pick the numbers. If they do that, game over anyway. Um, uh, if they picking them randomly like they're supposed to, the numbers will work with the law average. And that's basically the principle that I use to win with. Okay? And tracking is king in my book. Tracking is knowing. Tracking is knowing what the actual numbers are doing. You have to realize that, like I said, the numbers are random. No number bring no numbers. Numbers don't fall on certain days. If you putting all the numbers together in all the states, it looks like that. But that doesn't tell you that that number gonna fall in your state. It might already fail. It might not be due again. Only way you know what numbers are due is the ones you actually tracking in your state and seeing what's going on with them. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Hushna. Good morning, everyone. The only way you're gonna know what's going on is tracking. And that's the only way I can really help you is help you track your own numbers for your state and build a skill set and look for certain conditions of why you would play a number. Okay? Um, so, like I said, the 500 came in. Well, on the 16th, yeah, the 16th evening draw. So basically, like I said here, I'll just give you an example of why I was playing it and why I stay with it and I don't jump on and off my numbers. And how I say you can build a strategy and a skill set with the 500. I'm gonna go back to the winning number that came in Illinois yesterday. But you see, I knew that good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us. I knew that the 500 because I had it on my radar. So you can start watching the numbers and seeing what they're doing if you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And I go from year to year, rotating the numbers that haven't played year to year, working like with the law average, because I know that, like I said, it takes almost 3 years for those numbers to rotate out. So if the number didn't play in 2024, those are the numbers I look at and making a bucket list and putting together to win in 2025. And then from 2025, I look to see what numbers haven't played to make a bucket list to play in 2026, and so on and so forth. And like I said, I look for the actual 1,000 number didn't come in out of the pick 3. I look for the front pair, the back pair, the single pair, and single digits. I know that information at all times. So I knew that 500 and 550 didn't fall in last year. So I automatically was going to make this number my daily carry number. Okay. Let me put this up here in case somebody want to know what we're doing here. Okay. Now, I also knew that to my advantage, I also knew that this 5 O had fell on the front. And if you can play, it doesn't matter whether you can play front pair or back pair in your state. You still need to have this information. So when you play, it helps you to know the best way to play your numbers straight. And I knew that the 5-0 hadn't fell on the back. All right. So these is going to be my daily carries. Because these two numbers are opposite numbers of each other. If you know anything about opposite numbers, a 0 is same as a 5, 5 same as a 0. So anytime I see anything like this, this is a definite keeper. Okay. Now, also, this is June. The last 4 months of The last week of May, I hit the 839. I hit the 055. I hit the 405. And I hit the 450. Reason being, I knew the 39 hadn't fell on the back. I knew the 0 hadn't fell on the front for 70 days. So quite naturally, when I was playing a number with a 0 in it, I was going to make sure I play 055 as another way to play this 550 number because it was one of my numbers I'm playing. So I played the 055. Also, I knew that the 405, this 05 hadn't played as a pair, I think it was about 40 days. So I made sure I played this 405 also because I was playing 05 mirrored down. I was mirroring it down. I was playing 05 like this. I knew it hadn't played in about 30 days. I knew how long it had been because once you start building the stretch and the skill set, these are the conditions you're going to be looking for, not patterns. You're going to be looking for the conditions of what the numbers are doing, not patterns. You're going to look at what the actual numbers are doing. So I knew that the 05 hadn't played in 40 days, but I had my reason once I say Illinois Eden draw. So I was playing 050, 051, 052, 053, 054, 055, 056, 057, 058, and 0599. That's what I call wheeling the numbers. That's what I mean, wheeling a pair. When you see that pair ain't played, you're going to wheel it and run it down. And since I knew that it had been a while since this hadn't held, I kept playing this because I knew why I was playing. I wasn't guessing. And it brought 450 right back. And I hit it because remember when I told you that this 50 hadn't failed on the back end? So I definitely was playing this 450 on the back end also. All right. And I had already known that since it had already hit, which I hit 2, the 250 had just hit. That was the first time for the whole year that the 50 hit on the front that hadn't even played in 2024. That's why you have to be able to know, working with the law average, how long it actually take these numbers to hit. And that's the only way you're going to know possibly when to get off a number and when to pick it back up. Whenever I win, I always pick the numbers that I know what's going on with. I pick those same numbers back up. I don't look for other numbers to play. I stick with my numbers that I build my bucket list and have a reason for playing. And then the next 50, the next time it came out on the back is the 450. And I know for a fact that's the way they have played. Now we'll definitely add this 470 and this 450 just like that as now part of my bucket list to play right back at them for the whole year pretty much. I'll definitely be playing my 500 back at them. The 055 also. I'm going to carry that, keep carrying that. And then as I'm tracking, I always know what numbers I'm going to keep adding to my bucket list of numbers to play. I might wheel this here back down too. This is how you build a strategy and skill set. Not looking for patterns, but looking for a condition where a 50 ain't fell on the front for all of 2024, or 50 ain't fell on the back for all of 2024. That's what you're going to 2025 making your numbers out of. This or another conditions where you see that this 500 and this 550 haven't hit for all of 2024 right here. Then when I won the 500, now I'm reinvested into the numbers that's in my bucket list that I'm going to play. I knew this 39 hadn't failed on the back end for the whole year. When it came as 839, that was the first time that it had failed on the back. See what I'm saying? You're not guessing at these numbers at any time. We're using the pick 3 at a glance strategy. And it's easy for you to glance back on the sheets to see actually what's happening. You don't have to do a lot of different rundowns, a lot of different workouts, looking for patterns and flipping and mirroring numbers, because all of it's right here in your face. Once you start tracking and building your strategy and your skill set, it's all right there. It's all right here. I'm not guessing that this 5-0 has to come working with the law average on the back. This 5-0 on the front has to come working with the law average. And see where I got that 5-0 on the front and I got it on the back also. I'm looking for it also, depending on how long it takes this 5-5 front to come out, if it came out or not, to keep playing it like that. Front and back. Or the 500 definitely play it also as 050, a couple of dollars straight. You know what I'm saying? This way you're not guessing on how to play your numbers straight, because you see and know everything what's going on with the numbers. But when you just doing a rundown and pulling numbers anywhere and everywhere, and you don't know any of this, how can you win? How can you win a card game if you don't know what cards been played already? I look at this just like playing cards. I wouldn't play just throw a card, somebody throw a card out and I just throw a card out and expect to win. That's the same way we play in the pick 3. We just throwing cards and don't know what's going on with the other side. We looking at everything one-sided. In my book, that's the way I see it. That changed the game for me, but I was able to come up with the pick 3 grand strategy to be able to do this. So I hope I explained how I hit this 500. And see, when I seen that it also, let me do this here so don't get all messed up here. Well, I definitely was playing at 500, definitely. And this comes from tracking and building a strategy. When it came 055, and I knew that this 50 hadn't hit on the front, I definitely was playing it the opposite way, because studying and tracking, a lot of times they played the 055 and then they'll turn around and play the 500 right back. I knew this even though they didn't even play it last year. But as I was watching how the numbers were falling, this was going on a lot last year. If they played 055, they would play 500. And that's what made me really knew that this was a big, heavy hitting number for me. And you go back and see the short, it showed you that I won. I play online. In Illinois, whenever I play my numbers, they send me an email, let me know I won. And so that's pretty much how it works. But yeah, I'll keep, this will be my daily play still, because I know on average out of the year, this got a likelihood of hitting 3 times. Either one of these got a likelihood of hitting 3 times out the whole year. And as I study, I'll know just about when to pile up on them, because these are my 2 main numbers I'll be playing for the rest of the year. I'm not jumping on and off numbers. Don't need to. I know what my numbers are doing. I know what my numbers are doing. I'm not guessing. I know now that this here, this 50 didn't hit on the back twice, 2 times, and the 50 didn't only hit on the front 1 time for the whole year. So I look at maybe 1 more time to get something off this front end, and maybe 2 more times, this back end, and 2 more times to get something off this front end. Depending on what the numbers tell me. And I'll be joining the chat, but for questions. So hold, if you can hold on, If you can't, leave something in the comments, and I'll answer in the live, and I'll answer those at the end of the live, so you can go back. I'll upload the live so you can see that your questions were answered like that. Best to do that. I appreciate everybody on here. Appreciate your support. My main objective is get as many people into the winner circle as I can. If we get those bots and all that craziness on here, overlook them. They don't bother me. And then too, like I said, if I'm not in the chat, I won't see them. But if they bother you, I think you can block them on your end. But I mean, they don't bother me. I dealt with customer. I was in customer service for 30 years. I got a thick skin, believe me. I was a restaurant manager for a long time. I was everything I've been in management. So bots don't bother me. They just another something to look over, or whatever these people are that does this stuff that gets a kick out of it. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'm gonna go now to explain the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, how I used it, how I came up with it, and the numbers. Okay. Okay. PICK-3. Win big. And you can win big. Ain't no doubt in my mind. If you tracking your own numbers for your own state and using a reliable system to win big. And not chasing all these numbers, and not what you chasing the numbers like a dog chasing their tail. Running after numbers, don't have no idea why you're running after them. And then you say, well, you make a number, your everyday number, and it could take 15 years for any number, PICK-3 number to come out or more. Yep. We had the 6. All we use is the 111 rundown. Illinois evening draw. It's going to be a 629 that came in. You do the 111, you add 1 to the 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you're going to get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 10. You just use the 0. You only use single numbers in lottery math. You add 1 to the 0, you get 1. 1 to the 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. And 1 to 5, you're going to get 6. Same number at the bottom, you get at the top, you add it correctly. That's why I love this. It's so simple and easy to count down. If you make a mistake, error, you can easily catch it. 1 to 2, you get 3. Count straight down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. Then you're going to add 1 to the 9. Quite naturally, you're going to get 0. Count straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, when you do this 1-1 rundown, like I said before, I took 22 numbers, did the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers, and I call those base numbers. And what you're looking for out of those 22 columns, whenever a winning number come in, which is the winning number here, you want to see what column this 629 is under out of those 22 columns. It's a single, so it would be under the singles, which is 12 columns, and under doubles is only 10 columns. So you want to see what column this 629 would be under. So I'm going to put this up here for you to see. Let me scoot over here a little bit. Get out of here. Alrighty. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Put this down here for a minute. Now, these are the singles. 12 numbers that I put together that I did the 1-1 rundown on, that I just showed you that I've done. The 1-1-1 rundown on. These are called the base numbers on top. here, the base numbers. These are numbers that I came up with. No reason for, and I had to name them something, so I called them base numbers. So to help explain what I was doing. These are the base numbers. This is 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, 037. Okay? Those are the base numbers. Whenever you do a 1-1 rundown on that winning number, one of these base numbers will always be in this rundown. It might not be in the same exact order, because these numbers can come 6 different ways because they singles. They got 3 different numbers, so they can come 6 different ways. That's singles. So, but they will always be in that rundown. How I came up with these numbers was just practicing and studying what I knew, and I had to find some way to make a column where I could track all those 1,000 numbers of the singles, or the 720 of the singles at a glance. I wanted to be able to lay my eye on it and know exactly what was going on with those 1,000 numbers, or the 720 of the singles. Now, remember, these are the base numbers. They'll always be in the rundown, unless the base number is the actual winning number to come in itself. Then you would just mark off that base number. So we're looking for the 629, right? We did the 111 rundown. All these base numbers have zeros in them. You see that? All these base numbers here have zeros in them. So you want to, when you do the 1-1 rundown on your numbers, you want to pay attention to the numbers that just have the zero. Okay? So here you got the 629, you got 730. Okay, you want to look, you'll memorize these base numbers in a minute, or it won't take you long. And then you got 063, you got 407. I know the 407 is not the base number, one of the base numbers. I know the 063 is not one of the base numbers. Here it is, the 730 is 037. That's what it's going to look like on the rundown here. You go to the 037 column and you're going to look for the 629. You go to the 037. Here's the 037. And here it is. Down here, 926. You mark it off. Bam, you're done. So every day that the winning number comes in, you can mark it off. Now, what I did, because this was all new to me, I came up with this. When I came up with it, it was new to me, and I had to make figure out how to use it and make it work. And I was saying, how am I gonna make this work? I got to wait every day for a number to come out. Then some say, just do a practice sheet. So what I did, I just made up numbers and see if I could find out what columns on the singles the numbers would be under. So when you can screenshot this and make a sheet, and don't wait for the numbers to come in every day to try to figure out how to use the sheet. Just make up numbers. Do a 1-1 rundown on the numbers, and then mark them off the columns. Once you do that, it'll light up like a light bulb. It'll light right up. Just make up numbers. That's what I had to do to make sure that this was feasible and was able to work. I started making up numbers. Say, okay, yeah, that number's under column 5. Oh yeah, that number under column 2. Oh yeah, that number under column 7. Oh, okay, that number I made up is under column 12. Oh, this next number is under column 10. Like that. Don't wait till the numbers come in. Just make, you can do, you want a sheet to practice, but you want a sheet to track the actual 1,000 numbers too. Now this is the singles. See, and like I say, once you mark it off and you start marking off the numbers, then you got something to work off of. You got a strategy now that you can actually work off of. You got a strategy where now if you track it for 3 or 4 months and no number fall off of column 3, where you gonna get your numbers from? You're gonna go to column 3 because you know ain't now fail in 90 days. Why would you play all the rest of them or be looking and doing tic-tac-toes and date sums and grids and roof sums to try to figure out all these numbers? And that's what you're going to wind up doing all the time if you don't know what's going on with the actual numbers and their columns and what's hidden and missing. That's what I was doing anyway. That's what we would be doing. We don't want to do that. We don't want to look for patterns. We want to look for certain conditions. A column, and it could take 60 days, 90 days for a column not to hit. And you got your eye on that. When it gets to 60 days, I got my eye on this column. 90 days, I almost know what numbers I'm gonna play off this column within a 90-day period, because I've been watching everything that these numbers do on this column, on these columns. Because I do an annual sheet. Now, if you want to, like I said, I made up numbers too. But once I made up the numbers and knew how to actually use the 12 columns, I went back 2 years and eliminated all the numbers that had played off the columns. And then I made the numbers that hadn't played my bucket list of numbers to play, working with the law average, knowing that they would have to come in. That's what I did. One sheet I practiced on. Then once I got it under my wing to know how to, and the stuff I'm giving y'all, it took me a long time to figure out. And the thing with the zero for the base numbers, a subscriber told me that. Just look at the zeros. I was trying to figure out, it was strenuous for me. But subscribers say all your base numbers got zeros in them. All you got to do is look for the zeros. Simple, but it was powerful. And this is all simple and powerful. If you use it right, you can't be jumping on and off the numbers. And if you're jumping on and off the numbers and don't know why you jumping on and off numbers, what you accomplishing? And then when if this column don't hit for 90 days and it don't hit one day, I ain't worried about it, because I know why I'm playing this column. I know something within 90 days or 120 days got to come off this column, even if it didn't play before. And usually if I see a column ain't played in 90 days, I'm playing the whole column, at least 50-cent box. And then if I then pinpointed the numbers I want to hit off the column, then I'm going to load up on these 10 numbers. Not on all these numbers every day trying to find out what number. I'm going to stay on this column till it hit, and hit the way I want it to hit. I'm going to stay on this column until the numbers hit and hit the way I want them to hit, and the numbers I done figured out to hit, and build my bucket list off of. Because I know it ain't hit in 90. I ain't guessing that it ain't hit. I know it ain't hit. I ain't guessing the number, but nobody knows what number's going to hit. But you can have a better idea what number's going to hit if you know ain't nothing hit in 90 days off one of these columns. And the only way you're going to know that is track it and keep an eye on it. And you don't have to do it every day. I mean, I miss a couple of days, but it don't take me but a minute to catch up the columns. I can miss a whole week. What's going to take me 30 minutes to catch up everything, see what ain't happened in a whole week if I start to play? I would suggest that, if you're new at it, you want to keep up with as best as you can. But me, I can miss a week and catch up in 30 minutes. And okay, here's what I'm going to play. I know what I'm playing off of what numbers been played, and the process of elimination of the numbers and narrowing the numbers down. That's how we get in the winner's circle, y'all. I want it because everybody's numbers run different. You can't keep tracking and doing all these same patterns and stuff, looking for patterns. Patterns change every day. I'm sorry, y'all. Patterns change every day. But these numbers and these columns ain't going to change every day, because they're going to be doing what they're doing while you're tracking them. Every day. That's how I hit the 500. No brag, just fact. I didn't post all my winnings, not all of them. I don't post all my winnings. I just show you all that my strategy works. That's what I'm here to show you, that it works. It does work. And if you hit PICK-3, another big win, you'll see all the tickets that I got, emails I got where I won for Illinois, not for no other states. I don't put up numbers every day and tell people to play these numbers every day. I know that for me it didn't work. Playing numbers from everywhere for every day and playing numbers on rainy days and all that stuff. And when I win, I know where to go to put my money at. I ain't guessing where to put my money. And it don't bother me if my numbers don't come in because I know if I play my numbers right and stick with them long enough, working with the law average, they're going to come in. And it ain't how, don't be trying to hit every day. It ain't how often you hit, it's how you play the game. The 500, I load up on 500 because I knew 500 is more likely going to be my number. Why would I load up on anything else? Why? Why would you? Why would we even? When you know what's going on with the numbers. Now, I don't know this. I don't know if they want me giving everybody all this information, but I'm telling y'all, once you start, for your state, you have to know what's going on with your state numbers. I don't care if you don't play for a year. Know what if you're gonna play what's going on with your numbers, not what's going on in Florida saying it's gonna travel to East St. Louis, what's going on in Minnesota saying it's gonna travel to East St. Louis, what's going on in Ohio, it's gonna travel to St. Louis. Just told you a number can take 15 years and not show up. A PICK-3 number I'm talking about. So you know on a PICK-4 how long it could take? 100 years. PICK-5 never in your lifetime you can play a number and never show up. But PICK-3 within an average of 3 years for sure, it's going to show up on average of maybe 4 years. But if you got it all consolidated where you can see what's going on, the likelihood of not taking you that long to hit your numbers, you'll be able to see what's going on with the numbers. You'll be able to see it without a problem. You'll be able to see it, believe me, once you check your actual numbers for your state. And that's why, like I said, I almost lost I did lose my home, my car, almost my job, and my wife. So I had to get real serious about these numbers if I was going to still play them and enjoy them. I play for fun now, and I enjoy it. No matter how much money I win, I would still be playing PICK-3 probably. Well, not probably, I would be. It's been beneficial. And also, I'd probably still be having a YouTube channel as long as my eyes hold out. I had this eye surgery, so and I have glaucoma, so eventually it's two things going to happen. I either die first or before to see, or eventually I'll get to the point where I won't be able, I'll go blind. That's what I see. So, but hey, I live a day at a time. I'm blessed to be 70, 73, going on 74. And what's coming my way, I'm ready. I'm ready. I've been through a lot, and I overcome it, and I don't think there's nothing I can't overcome other than death. You know what I'm saying? Got a thick skin. I'm telling y'all, I'm thinking with my life, I don't think there's nothing I can't overcome other than death. My life is full circle. So I ain't sweating none of this. I ain't sweating nothing of what's going on here. But I'm telling you, I just went, look, I have been through I dealt a tornado. Just tore my house up. My house is tore up, y'all. My house tore up. Yeah, it ain't livable right now. I'm staying with my daughter, which I was staying with her before because of my eye situation. But I went home because I have business to take care of, and the tornado happened the same time I went home. But God blessed me. He blessed me to be in the position where I need to be to survive that tornado tearing up my house, where it didn't hit the floor I was on at that time. But it tore up my bedroom, knocked out a big old bay window, surrounded in solid concrete. And it pushed it out like you know how you punch a hole in a hole puncher or something for paper. It pushed that solid window out, surrounded in all concrete like it wasn't nothing, right onto my bed. If I had been up there sleeping, probably if it didn't have killed me, I'd have died of a heart attack for sure. I know that. The way that thing tore up my room. Oh, but God's good. Yeah, y'all. That's my testimony. I can use that I got many of them. But it looks like the longer I live, the more testimonials I have. I'm getting goofy, y'all, but I'm serious. Look like the longer I live, the more testimonials I have. I'm serious, y'all. But that's one. That is one that there's an entity that looks after us. You call them God, yo, whatever you want to call them. All I call them is love. I don't care what I'm calling my God is named love. So people say, what you believe in? I believe in love. That's what I believe in. Period. I ain't going into the religious part of it. I believe in love. I believe in love your fellow man as you would love yourself, and that's God in my eyes. That's it. That's the bottom line. I don't care what nobody want to make them yo-yo or Christ or Momo or Buddha or whatever they want to call him. If he ain't about love, he ain't about my God. That's all I'm going to say. And he ain't about me loving my fellow man, he ain't my God. That's all I can say. And sooner or later, like I keep saying, the only reason we here is to take care of the planet and to take care of each other. Because we ain't bring nothing with us, and we ain't taking nothing when we get out this camp. So why are we killing each other? Why are we killing each other when all we're here to me is to eat, drink, and be merry? That's the real reason we're here. And take care of each other and the planet. That's it. Ain't no other reason. We all gonna die. Elon Musk, richest man in the world, gonna die. Got everything. He can think he won't. He gonna die. And if he wastes his time building all this stuff and ain't took time to enjoy it and his family and his life, I bet he won't be asking about doing none of that stuff here on his deathbed. I guarantee you he won't. I got a family member that's worth millions of dollars. But she can't leave out the house to spend it. Right now. Yeah. Millions of dollars. Can't even get, it's going to get to a point in life where it's going to be a struggle for you to turn over in bed. And you sitting up here worrying about all this stuff and doing all this craziness and killing each other over nothing. Because really, this is nothing to us. We think it's something, but it's nothing. We all going to die. Within 100 years, there's a whole new generation of life. Within mostly 100 years. So you got 100 years to live in heaven or live in hell is your decision or our decision. 100 years, I'm telling you. You got 100 years to make this your heaven or your hell. So which one you gonna make it? Or we gonna make it? Okay, y'all. Don't start me to preaching now. Don't shout me out because I'm preaching. Shout me down because I'm preaching. All right, family. Okay, I'll stop being goofy, y'all, because it's early in the morning. Y'all know I'm goofy early in the morning. I'm an evening person. But okay, so now we found the 692. That's this strategy number one. Strategy number one. We're going to go strategy number two, and we're going to find the pairs, the single pairs. Okay. Strategy number two, it's imperative that you know what these pairs are doing. That's how I knew to play the 500. That's how I really played the 500, because I knew that double zeros didn't play the previous month. Okay, and this is strategy number two. These are the single pairs. I came up with this too. I'm gonna say it was a godsend. Godsend. It was a love scent, because I had no idea what this thing did when I made it. I had no idea what this thing did when I put it together. Believe me, I didn't, because I read a lot of books, but it didn't have anything like this I put together that I recall, and I haven't seen it anywhere on any channel or any book since. I see people used it now on what is that, TikTok. I'm using my same diagram, but it's cool. Imitation is the best form of flattery. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good with it. What's meant for you is meant for you. So here we got three separate numbers, which was the 629, right? You got the 6, the 2, and the 9, two different numbers. So you're gonna have, three different numbers. You're gonna have three separate pairs to mark off. Okay, you're gonna have the 26, you're going to have the 29, and the 69. Bam, you're done. Now, once you mark off all these pairs for the month of June, whatever's left, you're going to either highlight or draw a line on them or whatever it takes for you to know that that pair did not fall in June. Or if it was May, what pair didn't fall in May? That's how I knew that the double zeros hadn't failed in May. So I was really on my 500 when I knew that double zero didn't fall in May. Hello, welcome everyone. Glad to have you with me. And hey, Pick and Play. So I'll join the chat in the end, like I said. So what we have here, this triangle represents 2,710 of those 1,000 numbers. Now you see how hard that's why I don't do the pop-ups, because if you got for a pair, I don't know how it works in that single pop stuff. When you're doing single pairs like that, you got 2,710 combinations. I know a lot of people ask me pop-up or whatever it is. I'm mostly a master one thing, and then if it's something I can add, I will. But this here's been good to me, so I'm not really looking to go outside this RAM right now, because it's enough work in this alone. So I want to just stick with this. But like again, I said the 26, the 29, and the 69. And so what you're looking for, whatever pairs ain't played, I highlight them or underline them. Now, I knew this zero hadn't played or just about how long he hadn't played last month at all. So that's why I was paying it as 500. I know double zeros hadn't played like that. But I wouldn't known that just doing the grids, the root sums, the day sums, tic-tac-toes, the multiple different rundowns and workouts that get out there. I wouldn't have known that. You can't see that. You're looking for patterns with this. You're looking for the actual conditionings of what the numbers are doing with this. And this don't lie to you. You can make this do anything you want it to do. You can't make this do anything. If the double zeros ain't failed in 60 days, they ain't failed in 60 days. The sound went out. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now? I heard you say the sound went out. Can you hear me now? Let me see something. Let's see. Might be on somebody else's end. Let me see here. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Let's see. Might be on somebody else's end. Let me see here. You might have to go out and come back in if the sound went out. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Might be on somebody else's end. Because I can hear on my other phone pretty good. Okay. Whoever it is with the sound went out, you might have to go out and come back in. But yeah. So you want to make sure you know your pairs. See, because a pair can take 120 days and not hit. So if you know a pair ain't hit in 120 days, working with the law average, that would be the condition you would look to play that pair. This is strategy number 2. And again, like I said, I did the same thing. I made up numbers when I got this sheet and see if I could find out and mark off the pairs on the numbers that I made up. And once I realized how to do this sheet and use it properly and confident that all those 2,710 pairs was on this square, I was good to go. And like I say, that knowing what was going on with that double zeros hadn't played was a plus. And like I say, you can't see that. You won't see that anywhere else, because you're too busy flipping and mirroring numbers trying to get into the winner circle instead of looking at what's actually going on with the numbers. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's 76. If that's your daily carry, that's your daily carry. You stick with that. I mean, I don't see as if I make a number on my daily carry, I don't see it as a win or a loss for me. I'll play it, and then, yeah, a front pair can take 2 to 3 years too. That's what I'm saying. That you'll notice that stuff. Yeah, a pair, a front or back pair, can take 2 years. But one thing about it, if I jump off of it 9 out of 10, when I win, I'm gonna pick it back up. I ain't gonna stay off of it. Now you might say, well, you're scared of it coming when you get off of it. You know, I'm like this. If you playing, it ain't gonna be the first number you miss, and it ain't gonna be the last number you miss. You just have to grin and bear it and keep it good moving. But hopefully you'll make up on the other numbers that you're playing. I make up pretty. I made up pretty good on that 500. So and the 044 and the 440 and the 839. You're gonna make up if you stick with your numbers and not hopping on and off all your numbers. Now I would pick up that number that I was playing if it's a 7-6 and I fell off of it for a reason and it hadn't came yet. I think almost 2 years has been the longest I've seen a pair, a front pair, back pair not play. But like I say, the numbers are random. You don't know what they're going to do. They do have to work with the law average pretty much. Pretty much they do. Okay. So this is strategy number 2. And this is how, like I say, you can screenshot it, make copy and make up numbers and start seeing if you can mark them off. Then when the actual number come in, you got another sheet that you track it actually. Okay. Then we go strategy number 3. And when you refer to the strategy number, that way I'll know what you're talking about. A lot of people say, well, the triangle. Okay. Here's strategy number 3. I call this the number positioning chart for your hot and cold numbers and what position the numbers are hot or cold in. Okay. You had the 629 to come in. All right. Now, you got 3 separate numbers, or 3 different numbers. You got 3 different spaces. They always was saying something about find the code number that ain't played for the month, but that didn't do me any good in finding just the code number. I need to know why the numbers were cold. Okay. So, and what position they were coded in. So I took 3 columns from 0 to 9. All right. Now, what I did, I said, okay, when the winning number come in, I'm going to mark it off. So at the end of the month, I know what numbers are left. So the 629 come in, I mark off the 6 on the front, the 2 in the middle, and the 9 on the end. Okay. Matter of fact, this 629 is one of my sister and brothers. I got twin sisters and brothers. This their birthday, June the 29th. But it ain't my number I was playing. See, I used to do it. I used to play family birthdays, my birthdays, and all that stuff. But I didn't know why I was playing it. If it came in and I won off of it, I didn't know I was going to keep playing it. Then the next time, it might not show up like that for another 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And any numbers can not show up for 3 to 4 years. So that's not a way to play. There's no strategy or skill set you can build playing like that. So I wouldn't get that number. Now, if it was a reason I was playing this 629, then I would stay with it because I know, like say the 628 fell on the front or the 298 fell on the back or the 629 didn't fall last year, then I would definitely make that my number because I have a relationship with it. It's my sister's and brother's birthday. I know how long it's been since it fell out. I know that the 6-2 didn't fall on the back and the 2-9, on the front. and the 2-9 didn't fall on back. I did that with my brother's birthday. His birthday was 527, and I won on it because I knew why I was playing it. I knew his birthday the previous year didn't play at all, and I knew the 5-2 hadn't played on the front, and the 2-7 hadn't played on the back. So those are what I mean conditioning. You build conditions to why you plan your numbers, not patterns. You're not looking for patterns, you're looking for actual conditions. So you look for the 6-2-9, bam, you're done. And the way this helps you, again, I'll use my 500. Say I'm playing, I'm playing 500, right? And I'm playing 550, or, that number. Now, say at the end of June, I realize that this 5 don't hit on the end. Now I'm definitely going to play this 500 as 005. And I'll make sure I play this 550 as 505 or 055 to put it on the end. If I realize this 5 don't fall for the whole year, or if I realize the 0 don't fall on the front like I did. So you always know where to switch off to play your numbers where you hit them straight. See how I did that? This is my daily carry number. That probably will be. The 500 and the 55 I'll be carrying all year. That's my daily carry. And I realized, say, the end of June, that the 0 don't fall. The 5 don't hit for the whole month of June. Now I'm going to switch and make sure, along with this, I'm going to play these probably 50 straight or whatever. And I'm going to I might combo the 500 and the 550, but I definitely might play these, this here $1 straight, this here $1 straight, this here $1 straight. And 50-cent combo these here. So I'll get any combo combination on it. And then likelihood of these coming straight are even greater now, since the 5 didn't fall on the end. Because I want to make sure that 5 is on the end. No, Pick, I wasn't in Illinois. I was at home that day. Thanks, though. I was in the tornado. I was there when it came. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I was there. That's what I'm talking about, blessings. I was there. I was actually in the tornado when it hit my home. Yep. I was totally blessed. Yeah. And it destroyed my brother's home. And he lived not even a block away from me. He got a two-family, tore the whole roof off his home. Imagine, I figured, well, if something happened to my home, I always can go to my brother's home, or if something happened to his home, he can come to this one. Now we really can't go to neither one of them. He's staying with my sister. I'm staying over in Illinois right now. C.C. Stevens, you say, what if 888 haven't failed? Okay. I'm going to be right with you. My next strategy is going to answer that question, C.C. Okay, so here we go. We got that. And then again, the same, that was a double. Say I was playing a single. Let's say I'm playing 170 or 17. I know 17 ain't fell on the front yet all year. Didn't fall last year and it hasn't failed this year. And that's one of my numbers that I carry on the front. I was carrying that 50 on the front and that 17 on the front. And that 50 just hit. That's how I hit the 500. But I know 179 hasn't failed. So if I'm playing 170 and I realize that the 7 haven't failed on the front like this, For the month, the next month, I'm gonna make sure I play 710, or I'm gonna play 701. A dollar straight, 50 straight, or whatever. Play this straight box, however I'm gonna play it. But the likelihood of me it hitting like this is greater now, since that seven I know hadn't hit on front all year. That's how you use simple strategy but powerful. Now, CC, I'm gonna go to your question here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Believe me, it was in less than 30 minutes. Thousands of people, whole lives, they didn't recognize it no more. 5,000 homes got a hit, a pick. 5,000, and only 85% of those 5,000 don't have insurance on the home, so they homeless. If depending on the amount of damage was done to their home, and if they don't have insurance, they can't come up with the money to fix them homes up because most of them old, they tall, and the government give you about, I think, FEMA give you about 33,000 to help you. That's just a drop in the bucket. It's gonna take out my insurance on my house was over $300,000. Uh, and I had a 500,000, but I made a claim and they canceled me. And then I just had got the insurance 6 months before this tornado hit to get some new insurance. Oh man, and I know what those folks are going, and most of the people in these homes are older people in their 50s or elderly. These three, because our home is a second generation. My mother bought the home, and we've been taking care of it. The family as a whole, because I was living there, and my sister until well, I'm still living there, but I'm just over with my daughter. But my home was solid. My home was solid until this tornado hit it. And they saying if it hadn't been those type of homes, the damage would have been catastrophic. If it had been those wood frame homes, because it busted into that brick like it wasn't even nothing. It knocked over Martin Luther King statue like it's a 1,000 pounds, and pushed it over like it was a toothpick. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was a. I'm glad now that I lived it to make sure that the tornado ain't no joke. So when they say get in the basement, get in the basement. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Cause you ain't no getting in the basement if that tornado hit. 9 out of 10, ain't gonna be no getting in the basement. It really ain't. And I'm just thankful that it didn't happen at night when people were in their bed sleep and it was dark outside. Man, it would have been a mess, a total mess. Ambulance wouldn't have known where to go. People wouldn't have known what to do. It would have been a mess. I'm telling you. If that hadn't happened at 2 p.m. and 2:45 in the daytime, it would have been nothing nice. Okay, CC. Here's strategy. You was asking about the triple eights. I don't really invest in triples too much unless I to the end of the year. To the end of the year. Okay. Um, Pretty much November and December. If no triple pretty much has fallen, like so far we up to June now, on evenings, no triple has fallen for all of 2025. So I kind of like when don't no triples fall up to the end of the year, because by that time, by doing my tracking, I know what triples I might look at playing. Like, and you mentioned the eights, but I'm gonna do the 629 that came in right quick for strategy number 4. 629. I'm gonna get up here. I hope you can see that, y'all. 629. Okay. So you got your front pair is the 6-2 and the back pair is your 2-9. So you circle off the 6-2 on the front or mark it off and the 2-9 on the back. Bam, you're done. Now you need to know. Now you know everything it is to know about any pick 3 number that you're looking at playing or you play. This here is a yearly chart. You're gonna do this for the whole year, so you know what front pairs and back pairs are left toward the end of the year. This way you can start building your strategy and your skill set. You know what front pair and back pair is left for the whole year. Like I knew that this 5-0 hadn't played on the front and this 5-0 hadn't played on the back. That's why I was playing the 055 and the 500, because I knew the likelihood of these coming out next year were great. And I knew the 500 and the 055 hadn't played at all in any form that it comes. And so I knew that's why I made them my daily carry numbers and hit them both. Okay, now, triples. What I look for on triples, if no triple is falling up to November, December, that's when I invest in them, maybe. Depends on what this, if no, I look for this double zeros, double ones, double twos, double threes, double fours, double five, double six, double seven, double eights, double nines. On the front, because these numbers are the same top and bottom, and the same on the bottom. Now, if a double zero ain't fell on the front, double zero ain't fell on the back for the whole year, then quite naturally, I'm going to play triple zeros. And the same way with your eights. If I see double eights ain't fell on the front and double eights ain't fell on the back, then a law average, I'm going to play triple eights, because normally you get 3 triples out of a year. So if ain't no triple fell for the whole year up to November and December, the likelihood of a triple falling within those months or January are great, or even greater. And I do carry them over to January. It's even greater then. I don't trip off triples. I really don't make triple into my psychic unless I find it's a reason to play triple. Just like strategy number 3. I'm gonna go back to strategy number 3 for me. Tracking using strategy number 3, I found out the 7s didn't hit. Let's see. Oh, why did that get missed off? Okay. I found out that 7s didn't hit with no number for 2 months. No number, no 7. I thought I was tripping because I never seen that before. No 7 hit with no number for 2 months. So that third month, I started playing triple 7s and won and hit them, because I seen, law average of 7 had to come with some number, and I figured triple 7s was going to be one of them. And 7s hit about 2 or 3 times that year. Yeah, because no 7 had played with no number for 60 days. Had never seen that. You can't see that if you ain't tracking. And that's the same. That's when I play out of, when I know what's going on with triple. But normally my thing, like we're into June right now, and no triple has failed. I think triple H fell midday in Illinois. But when I play triples, I ain't saying get on or off no number. If you playing it and you want to play it, because the number's random. I don't know what they're doing, but I know the likelihood of what my numbers are going to do because I've been tracking them. But in Missouri, 8 didn't fall on the front or the back. And no triple had failed for the whole year up to December, November and December. And I was telling everybody to play 8s, and triple 8s came in, and we got them. But I knew why we was playing 8s, because no 8 had fell on the front, no 8 had fell on the back, and I think no 8-8 pair had failed for almost 2 or 3 months. That's what I mean by building strategy and skill set. Triples only got a chance out of 3 times out of your average of hitting exact. Any 10 numbers, hold on. Any 10 numbers on average that you play, say you play them exact. Let's use the number. You see these 10 numbers that came in? That I did the 1-1 run, not come in, but off the 6, 2, 9. Any of these 10 numbers, exact, you'll only probably get 3 the first year. That's why I say it takes 3 years. Then the next year you'll get 3 more exact. Then the next year you get 3 more exact. That's on average off of 10 numbers, any 10 numbers you play. So same with triples. The triple rundown, if you do 0 to 9, you'll get 3 1 year, 3 the next year, and then 3 year following on average throughout the year. But that's why I wait. If no triple falls for the whole year, now using strategy number 4, I got a likelihood of knowing what triple I'm going to play, especially if it ain't fell on the front and back. And if it does, all of them fall, then I might not even play no triple for that whole year. Make no triple uh, part of playing for the whole year, because it don't pay no more, and it's harder to hit triples because you can't guess when they coming in. But all likelihood, if 0 don't fall on the front, 0 don't fall on the back, like Illinois, I had the same scenario, but I knew the likelihood of the 8s coming in wasn't that great, because 8 didn't fall on the front in 2024 for the whole year, and it came 2-8 in January for the whole year on the back for the whole year. But I realized that they had 4 triples to fall. They had the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, and the 9s to have fallen already by the end of the year. But I would be amiss not to say, okay, 8s would be in play. But I did hit the 8-8 fronts and the 8-8 backs, but the triple 8s never did show up. They haven't showed up yet. And no triple, matter of fact, they showed up yet on evenings. So that's the kind of, like I say, building a skill set and a strategy to winning. So no, I don't play triples. I don't do triples. I don't even sweat triples until the end of the year. Unless I see something like I said, 7 7s hadn't failed with no numbers in 2 months, like that. But no, I don't even sweat triples. Okay, because they're too hard to predict. So we got strategy number 4, and if you're familiar with mirrored numbers, I'm going to show you what mirrored numbers are, and all the 12 columns and all the numbers. You got mirrored numbers is number plus 5, and they call them mirrors. I call them opposites. I really don't care to call them mirrors, because people use that term interchangeably, and it's very confusing. So it's 5. You can add 5 to the top numbers, the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You add 5 to the top numbers to get your bottom numbers. You add 5 to 0, you get 5. 5 to 1, you get 6. 5 to 2, you get 7. 5 to 7, you get 5 to 2, you get 7. 5 to 3, you get 8. And 5 to 4, you're going to get 9. Now you see here, I can see this. You're taking the 1,000 numbers and divide them in half. You got your top numbers and your bottom numbers. 0 is opposite of 5, 5 opposite of 0. 1 opposite of 6, 6 opposite of 1. 2 opposite of 7, 7 opposite of 2. 3 opposite of 8, 8 opposite of 3. 4 opposite of 9, 9 opposite of 4. So it's like saying you got 0, 0, 0 up top to 499. And you got 500 to 999 that makes up to 1,000 numbers. Now right here, this makes sense, because if I played 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7 is the exact opposite number of 0, 1, 2, or vice versa. 5, 6, 7 is direct opposite number of 0, 1, 2. No guesswork. You don't have to guess that. If I played 2, 3, 4, well, let's just, I'm going to do the bottom. If I played 7, 8, 9, and the lottery played 2, 3, 4, they played the opposite top number of my bottom number, the exact opposite. The exact opposite numbers of each other. And vice versa. Or if I played 1, 1, 6, and the lottery played 661, that's the double, the exact opposite of each other. One's a 6, 6 is a 1. Exact opposite. Or if I play triple zeros and the lottery played triple fives, these numbers are exact opposite. You're going to get your top on numbers on top and your bottom numbers on the bottom. And with the 1-1 rundown, you got the same exact thing. That's why I used it, and that's how the columns came about. Because see this 629, the opposite is 174. 174. See it is right here. 174. They the exact opposite of each other. The 730, the exact opposite is 285. See it there? 285. The 841 opposite is 396. 396. The 952, the opposite is 407. The 407. The 063, the opposite of it is 518. 518. And then you get that come to the 269. And the reason why this is so effective and powerful, as you marking off the columns, remember when I was telling you on this here? Column strategy number 1. Strategy number 1 here. All these columns, the reason you can find all the numbers, have the exact number and the opposite under each one of the numbers in the columns. So as you marking off all these numbers, like say this 015, the opposite is 560. See it? Right directly under. The 126, opposite is 671. 671, directly under. The 237, the direct number under it is 782. 782. And the 459, the direct number is 904. At a glance, you'll know what number and its opposite hasn't played. So what you're looking for certain conditions. After you marking and tracking the numbers, say you see that 3 months ain't nothing fell off this number after you've been marketing for, then 3 months all of a sudden it gets cold, and you realize that the 015 and its opposite 561, the 560 ain't played. You want to definitely play these two. Now you have increased your chances of winning because 9 out of 10, one of the two will come in, especially if they ain't played for like 60 or 90 days. That's what, then I would put these two numbers in my bucket list to hold on to play. And even if they don't come in and I win some other way, I would pick these numbers back up. And if they do come in, then I know that I won't add them to the bucket list because I'm looking for certain conditions now. Once I start tracking, I'm looking for the numbers and the opposites that haven't failed, especially about June. June, I'm always watching what numbers and the opposites hadn't failed. And every one of these columns are like that, even on the doubles. Then all these columns, all the numbers and their opposites. 005, the opposite is a 550. See here? The 116, the opposite 661. All of these numbers and the opposite. I'm always looking at the condition where what number and the opposite that hasn't fallen. All right, I think I kind of covered everything. Let's go to the chat. All right, hey, let's see what we got here. This thing here. Oh, what is this? What's going on here? All right, what we got here? What is this? Okay, Hushna, you says regarding your pairs, say 137 fall. Why do you mark off the 17 on the pairs just 13 and 37? No, you got three separate numbers. Hold on, let me show you. When you're talking about strategy number, you're talking about strategy number two, or you're talking about the front pair, back pair. Now you said 13, so no, you couldn't be talking about the front pair, back pair. Hold on, Hush, now I'm gonna show you what I got here, what you got. You're talking about strategy number two, yeah. Refer to them as the strategies. That let me know exactly what you're referring to. You're talking about strategy number two here. No, you have three separate numbers. So you're gonna have always have three pairs to mark off. Okay? That 137. Let's say that it was the 137. You got three different numbers. See, you have to mark that off because if you don't, well, you have to mark it off because it's three different numbers. You mark off the 13 because you won't. If you just mark off the 13 and the 37, you're gonna leave off the 17. You have to mark off the 17 because it's a pair, and the 37 like that. See what I'm saying? Because that 17 is a pair. Or the which one you would? You said the 13. So you marked off the 13 and 37, but you left the 17 in the wing. That's what I had to figure out. You're exactly right. That could be confusing, but I was confused too. That's why I said make up numbers and do strategy number two. Then you see that you got, the three pairs to mark off. And if it's double with only two different numbers, you're only gonna have two pairs. And then quite naturally triple, you just gonna mark off with double. Did you get that? Yeah. I think you said you had the wild ball and fireball. Yeah. They are slow with that wild ball and fireball. I noticed that they are running slower. And you're right. Absolutely right. Oh, you say for the month of June, eight front, eight middle, and eight in haven't failed on a chat that you're working on right now. Okay. Okay. For June, the A8, yeah. Yeah. The A8, yeah, it might not fall all month. The A8 on the front, A8 on the back. And if that was to happen, and then triple eight's CC is the number that you would want to play, I would do it. I would play it. But like I said, I don't really look at triples to the end of the month. I mean, end of the year. I'm sorry. Okay, now you said, how can you mark off the 1-7 as a front pair? Oh, did I mark off the 1-7? Did I say something wrong? Okay, I see what you're saying. You're right. If you're talking about strategy number four, if I did that, you. Thanks for correcting that, Hushna. It would be the 137 would be the 13 on the front and the 37 on the back. And thanks for catching that. You're talking about strategy, front pair, back pair, strategy number four. Okay, that's correct. I thought you were talking about strategy number two. Okay, that might be why I was thinking ahead, thinking about that 17. Uh, Oh, oh, uh, well, yeah, yeah, Hushner. Good, good. It failed 3 times. You didn't catch it, but like I said, unless you have a reason, I don't even play my birthday. Uh, my birthday one day after yours. My birthday is 9/27. Unless I find a reason to play it, Hushner. So yeah. So you'll remember my birthday, and I'm pretty sure I remember yours. Yep, 9/27. That's my birthday. Me and my twin. I have a twin sister. Okay. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh, give your sister pick and play. Give your sister my sympathy. I hope she's trying to do the best she can to recuperate. It was devastating. This tornado was definitely devastating to lots of people. I'm the oldest of 11 sisters and brothers, and all of us here in St. Louis, so we came together pretty well for this. And then, like I say, we all was good. Yeah. Yeah, that this tornado, totally blessed. And like I said, I'm just so glad it didn't happen in the nighttime. I think people would I've been devastated. I wouldn't have known what to do. I don't know if I'd be in my right mind, really. You wake up and glass all over your house, all over you, and then now I know the noise would have crushed me. I mean, the window would have crushed me because that window had to weigh at least 400 or 500 pounds by itself, framed in, and it pushed it out like it wasn't nothing. And the bricks, and it pushed my good. And I had a big shiffer roll next to the window, and it blew it over on the bed. So, man, that's why I say I count my blessings every day because you never know what's going to happen and how it can happen and how devastating it can be to your life. Uh, but okay, I think I don't know if you guys, if you want to leave anything, if you just want to stay on here, I'm going to leave this up for a little while. YouTube is getting slow, like things are slow, but they're getting really slow at finding an audience for you. So you almost have to stay up on these lives and on everything that you posted a little longer for YouTube to get your channel up and find your audience for you. So just leave comments in here in the comments, and if you have any questions, I'll be answering them as I go through the day. Cause my one phone, I tell you. And these phones show different stuff. Let me see what's going on here. Now what we got here? Let that one ring. So you had to, you had to call. Oh, okay, yeah. If you're talking about the front pair, back pair, are correct. I said, you said the 137. You say, why do you mark off the 17 on the pairs 13 and 37? Yeah, you were right. You if the pairs would have been the front pair, back pair. What strategy are you referring to? If it's strategy number two, it would be the 17. Now, if you're talking about the front pair and back pair, like you referred to, strategy number four, it would definitely be the 17 and the 37. Is that what you're referring to, Hushna? Uh, So you say it right. Which strategy were you referring to? Strategy two or strategy four? If it's strategy four, it would be the 13 in the front and the 37 back. And if it's strategy two, the 17 would be 17, 13, and 37. Okay, which strategy are you referring to? But the 17 tells you that the 17 pair came in. The 17 is three different numbers, so you're going to have three different pairs. It's going to tell you that 17 pair on strategy two came because you have the 13, the 17, and the 37. And if you don't, say that 1 7 pair never hits, oh well, let me see how I explain that. Let's say that 1 7, uh, if, if you don't mark it off, it's going to show as not being hit. Hey, I wonder what's going on. This got to be my brother. Something must be important here. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to hold on. I'm gonna put y'all on mute for a minute. I gotta call my brother, see what's going on. Okay, I'm back. I just tried calling, but it's going to his voicemail now. Let me try one more time.
Has been forwarded to
I don't know
voicemail.
what that's all about. I don't know why he's on voicemail. Okay, so if you call back a third time, I know it must be a mercy because he really wouldn't call me back that much. Okay, the 17 lets you know that that pair did fall in strategy number two. So you would definitely have, whenever you have three different numbers, you're going to have three separate pairs to mark off. Three different pairs. Because if you don't, and you only mark off you could wind up with the 17 being left there and be thinking that the 17 going to show up and it isn't already hit. So that's what it would be telling you. You'd be looking for the number, thinking it should be due when it's not due because it already hit. So you always, when you got three separate numbers, you're going to always have three separate pairs to mark off for strategy number two. Strategy number four, you only have two pairs, would be the front and the back pair. The 17 on the front would be if that 137 would have came as 173. Then you mark off the 1 7 on the front and the 1 and the 7 3 on the back. You get what I'm saying here? Let me see. Let me get a blank one here. It depends on how the number fall. You said the 137 is the one way. See, that would be the front, and this would be the 37 would be on the back. 13 front, 37 back. That's for strategy number four. Okay? Or if you're talking about the 17, the 17 would be, if it came 173, then you would have the 17 on the front. You'd have the 17 on the front and the 3 on the back. 37 on the, 73 on the back. Because you know this here, this 137 can come 6 different ways. So it can come 137. It can come 173. It can come 317. It can come 371. It can come 713 and 731. See what I'm saying? You see? And the the front or the back is how it would be, how you would mark it off on how the way it would come. Yeah, but you still need to know that front pair, back pair. When I couldn't play it in Missouri, it was still valuable because I would want to know if a 17, whatever pair ain't failed. That's I want to know what pair hasn't failed, front or back. Period. Whether I can play it or not. You still would need to know that.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your.
Yeah, you still would need to know that, even though you can't play the front and back. Hey, Bliss. All right, no problem. So how you doing, Blessed? Thank you for the congratulations. Okay, you don't understand. Okay, all right. Okay, okay. I'm seeing you don't understand. I'm trying to see what you might be missing. Oh, it'll happen. You build strategy and a skill set for your straight. Um, Hush now. You're not. Let's see where in particular. Tell me strategy. Which one you want to about? You want to know strategy number two. Let's go with strategy number two. Okay. So what number would you want me to demonstrate strategy number two on you with? Just so you can see. And you said you don't play front pair, back pair in your state, but you still need to know what's going on with them. I'm gonna put two up here. 137. Now, what do we want to know about this 137? Okay, let me hold on a minute. Hold on a minute before I go there. But you, let me see. Let me go. Mm-mm. We're gonna do this 137. Okay, this is strategy number two. Again, on strategy number two, you got three different numbers. You got the 1, the 3, and the 7. You have three different numbers. By having three different numbers, you're going to have to mark off what pairs are associated with this 1, 3, and 7. So the 13 and the 17 would be associated with the 1, 3 and the 1, 7. You got that covered, the 1, 3 and the 1, 7. And then you would have the 37, which would be the 3 and the 7 covered. So now you've covered all three pairs. You covered the 1 and the 3, you covered the 1 and the 7, and you covered the 3 and the 7. Now, the front pair and the back pair, all you have to worry about is just the front and the back pair. Okay. All you have to worry about with the 137, all you have to worry about is the front would be just the 13 that you would worry about, because you're only going to worry about the front and the back pair, whatever number. You're just going to worry about the 13 on the front, mark it off, and the 37 on the back. So at the end of the year, whatever front pair and back pair ain't played, you'll be able to see what they are. That's the only two on strategy 4. Strategy 3, you marking off three of them. You got the 1 and the 3, the 1 and the 7, and the 3 and the 7. And you can, if you got this here, like I said, I understand why it would be difficult, because it was difficult for me when I put it together. I'm telling you, it was. It was difficult for me to understand how to use it. Then I just kept playing with it because I couldn't find enough like you here. I realized that okay, I'd mark off again. If I got three separate numbers, I would do the 1 and 3. I got that covered. The 1 and the 7 covered, and I got the 3 and the 7 covered. That's all that you would mark off there. Then I'd make up a number, whatever number. I'll make up some more numbers. 129. Okay. I'd mark off the 1 and the 2, the 1 and the 2 here, then the 1 and the 9, the 1 and the 9, and the 2 and the 9. The 2 and 9. So I got all those covered. And just make up some numbers, whatever you want to make up, some numbers. And just to get the swing of how it works. 2, 5, 1. Okay, I got the 2, the 2 and the 1, which would be the 1 and the 2 really, because you ain't gonna have the 21 in there, because the 21 is really 12. So you have the 1 and the 2, the 1 and the 2, you'd mark off. You have the 1 and the 5, you'd mark off. And you have the 25, you mark off. You see what I'm saying? Just make up some numbers and see if you can find them. I had to do the same thing. Let's see. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Blessed. Yeah, backtracking. Yeah, yeah. You want to know, you always do want to know what front pairs and back pairs are not played. Because see here, yeah, even before Missouri could do front pairs and back pairs, I was tracking them. Because, first, all you could play was just pick 3. Wasn't no front pair, back pair, side pair, pop pair, split pairs, or none of that when I started. So, but I was still knowing that for those pick 3, I needed to know that. Like one time I found that the 48 front hadn't played, the 84 front hadn't played, and the 48 back hadn't played, and the 84 front play, 84 back hadn't played. So quite naturally, I went to see if the 488 or the 448 number had played, and they hadn't. So I added that to my bucket list to play, and those numbers came in. Let's stay cheating. One of them 4.8s or 8.4s front and back had to play, working with the law average. And you'll see that. And then you can go back to strategy number 1 to see what numbers have played and not played off the columns. Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Yeah. Yeah, front pair, back pair is good. Yeah. I usually hit front pair, back pair pretty good too. He says $50 for, that's $1 straight, $1 on the pair for $50. That ain't bad at all. That ain't bad. That's not bad at all. So did that help you, Hushna, as far as strategy 2 and 4 now? Just practice. You ain't got to wait for the numbers to come in. What I did, I just made up numbers and seen how to do it. Because like I said, I didn't know. When I came, it was God sent. I didn't know how to use this sheet, but I made it. The front prayer, back prayer was relatively simple. I knew how to use that. But that triangle was a booger bear. And then I didn't realize how valuable the columns were until I learned about mirrored numbers or opposite numbers. I called them mirror and flips. I called them everything back then until I learned and knew better what to do. Okay. All right, family. It's about that time for my grandkids to get up and start running around the house and doing their chores and stuff. So I'm going to call it today. Appreciate everybody's participation. If, like I said, I'll upload. If you got any more comments, just post them. All right. So, like I always say, play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you track it, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town.